state of affairs.
But do you ever regret the fact that you hadn't got someone?
Yeah, I regret,
and
yes.
Children, you do?
I do. I regret that, and I regret not having children, because I mean, I've got 14 godchildren, and everybody says I'm good with kids, which I am. I like kids. Though it's easier to like them when you can give them back at 7 o'clock at night, you know, to their parents. I'd like to have had kids, but in a sense I don't regret it, because I've often seen what people in my circumstances, this kind of high aggression, work hard, play hard, who do get married, sometimes too young, and have children, again sometimes too young, and within 4 or 5 years they're divorced.
You've been close a couple of times to being married.
Yes.
Have you actually proposed to someone before?
No, it didn't get that close. I proposed to someone at university. She was absolutely beautiful, and she was the nicest girl around. But it would have been a disaster if I got married.
Did she say no?
Yeah, we got engaged.
Oh, you were engaged?
Yeah, it was a secret. It was just the two of us knew. But we got engaged. We even bought the ring or put the deposit on the ring. But I never went back and got that deposit. Could be worth a fortune. That
talk me through what happened then. You proposed, you gave her a ring.
Yeah, and you know what, I got engaged. I mean, we were in love, and we were in our early 20s. She was at Manchester, Salford University. I was at Glasgow University. We met at a student conference, fell in love, became great. I would travel down to Manchester, hitch lifts to see her. She would come up to stay with me in my parents' house in Glasgow at times. And my best friend had got engaged, and it just seemed the natural thing to do. And then it was after I got engaged I realised this was crazy. I was in second year at university. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and that this would end in tears. So it was better to break it. And it would have done.
So you broke the engagement off?
Yeah.
How did she take that?
Not well. But then you never do. And a couple of other times
what was her name?
Oh no, she's a private individual. You know better than to ask that. And a couple of other times that I came close to getting married, on both these occasions, I'm glad that I didn't, because when I look back or I see how things have developed with them, it would not have lasted. And I think in this modern world, what I would have looked for is probably unattainable now when you look at how so many marriages end in failure. That I always thought if you get married, it should be forever, and I think you particularly owe that to the kids. Because of my background was like that, it was solid and so on. I just think it's so hard in today's world.
Can I quickly ask you?
Yeah.
Because it would be rude not to, about the private eye photograph that keeps turning up.
Yeah, does it still appeal though? Because I don't see the eye. I was at a private eye lunch a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't as full of delicious gossip. Maybe I didn't have a good day. I was lucky because I sat behind Ian Hislop, and he's always the editor. He's always great fun. He and I get on well together, and we exchange stories and so on. But I expected to come away brimming with gossip and new information. So it was a little bit disappointing, no, but anyway, it was fine. The picture, the picture doesn't really, the picture doesn't really bother me, but even if it does, I wouldn't say it, because they'd probably just keep on running it more and more. The picture has led to a lot of misapprehensions, First of all, I'm amazed at the number of people that think it's Pamela Bordes. Well, last time I looked, Pamela Bordes was Indian. Yeah. This is a black Afro-American.
But probably I always asserting that she's an Asian babe.
Yeah, she's not. She's American and she's black. She's an Afro-American. She was the #1 makeup artist in American television. And she did Barbara Ward, and we went out for a little while. And the other thing is that this, because me with the baseball hat and in a vest, is people think that we were out at a nightclub. But like we'd just come off the beach in Barbados. It was my mate Terry O'Neill took the picture. She's probably still got the rights. She's probably making a fortune out of it. So we took. I mean, well, what else do you wear at the beach but a t-shirt and a baseball hat? I mean,
I was going to ask you, why isn't Terry O'Neill sort of asserted his copyright and charged them?
Well, he probably is. The bastard, which I see him. So look, the die is cast, the deed is done, that picture's there. If it's people having some fun, fine. It's not. It's well past embarrassment time.
And the nickname Brillo Pad, how do you view that now?
That's the same thing. That's just gone into the. It's gone into the lexicon.
Has anyone ever called you Brillo Pad to your face? And,
oh, I think so a couple of times. Somebody wanted to think they were being offensive. Though I saw on Wikipedia at some stage, somebody changed it, that I was called Brilliant Piper because I wore a wig. Well, I mean, I think in my business, wearing a wig or a toupee, whatever they're called, I don't think you can get away with that. I mean, the chances of something really embarrassing.
So it's not a toupee then?
I don't think so, no. If it was, it would look a lot better than this.
One very last question. Imagine you were cast adrift in a life raft with Michael Portillo and Diane Abbott. Who would you throw overboard, keeping in mind that the one remaining you'd sooner or later have to eat to survive?
Oh, then you'd have to throw Michael over first, if that's the condition. Because you'd survive longer on Diane.
As I said, Andrew Neil, ladies' man with a big appetite.
Exactly, you knew it was a setup.